Hey guys, it's Melanie, and today I'm finally formally going to review the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara, and lots of people have talked about this mascara. I tried it for the first time this last holiday season when I picked up the Too Faced A Few of My Favorite Things holiday palette, the one that came with the big eyeshadow palette. It also had the lip injection color balm and then a small sample size of this mascara. Now, usually when I get mascara samples, I'm like, meh. You know, oftentimes I'll just like throw them in my kit or something because they just, normally like I don't find a huge difference between like drugstore mascara and high-end mascara, and smaller travel size things are great to throw in my kit because they take up less room, blah, blah, blah. But I decided to go ahead and just try that one. And I fell in love with the mascara almost immediately. And that was a really huge thing for me because truly, like, for the longest time, like, I never bought high-end mascara because I just didn't think there was enough of a difference for me, you know, like, and mascara is also something that I just replace so frequently. I mean, literally every, like, 2 months. If I've had a mascara for a couple of months, like, it's gotta go. I don't like it when the mascara dries out to the point where it starts to flake. Like, I just refuse to work with it at that point. And then there's also, you know, bacteria. Like, anytime that you have, like, a container like this where you're dipping a product into it, like, air gets introduced, you know, like, you got stuff on your face. Like, it's a breeding ground for issues. So it's one of those things that I tend to replace pretty frequently. And that gets expensive if you are purchasing a $23 mascara like this one every couple of months. However, after trying this mascara, just in the sample size, I was like, oh my God, like, this would absolutely be worth paying the $23 every 2 months because it was that good. Now, it's not for everybody. You know, mascara is kind of a very unique thing where some people really like a wet formula, some people really like a dry formula, some people really like the plastic bristle brushes, some people like the metal kind of bristle brushes, some people prefer an hourglass shape, some people prefer curved, some people prefer waterproof. Like, there's just a million things to either like or dislike about mascara. So for me, what I tend to gravitate towards is a mascara that is going to, number one, volumize my lashes. I prefer volume over length. My length it's average. You know, I don't have incredibly long lashes. I haven't used Rapid Lash in a really long time. And when I do want to have longer lashes, Rapid Lash is what I'll use. It's an eyelash growth serum. I'm sure I've talked about it at some point on my channel. It works really well for me. But length isn't really so much my thing. What my thing is volume, but like separated lash volume. I'm very particular. When I see people who just clump their mascara together, I always want to like bust out like a little lash comb and just go up to them and like comb it out. You know, like when I'm doing makeup and I see like other bridesmaids and stuff like applying their mascara and they're just like gooping it on, I just want to be like, no, don't do that. Just let me do it. It just stresses me out for some reason. So yes, for me, separated, luxurious, soft volume is what I'm after. Right now, my lashes are going through a very like awkward shedding phase. It happens from time to time. Like, my lashes will grow and they'll be amazing. I take the Nature's Bounty Hair, Skin, and Nails vitamins, and those work beautifully for both my hair and my nails. Has definitely helped with like lash retention, I've noticed. They're not shedding as frequently, but from time to time you have to shed your lashes and a new lash comes in its place. So right now, I'm going through this awkward shedding phase where they're just coming out in clumps. I I don't know what's wrong. That doesn't normally happen like that, but I'm just having like a rough eyelash month. Let's just put it that way. And I knew that if there is going to be one mascara that is going to like get me through this awkward lash situation, it was going to be this one. So I did pick it up at the VIB sale last week, and I gotta tell you, I just fell in love with it all over again. It is such a beautiful mascara. Now, the claims on here are a little bit outrageous, and I will say that the picture that they have on here too is maybe like overdoing it a little bit. Like, here she has like 0 lashes, and then this looks like she's wearing false lashes. I don't get a false lash look. What I get is like just a great everyday, like more voluminous lash look. And I don't know, can you like even tell? I really don't have the best camera for this, but what are you gonna do? This claims to give you 1,944% more volume. So that's a pretty specific claim there. I can't really tell you if that's the percentage that I'm experiencing. 93% saw base to tip curl. Now, I do not have issues with my lashes needing to be curled. Like they're just naturally kind of like, they do that like swoop thing where they swoop up. So I don't have to curl my lashes. They don't come straight out. They don't come down. I got really lucky in that department. So works great as far as I'm concerned with that. 100% saw dramatic volume. That I will agree with. I do get much more dramatic volume with like each coat, and I normally do 2 coats. 100% saw longer lashes. I do see a little bit of length, not a ton of length, but enough to where my lashes, the shorter ones that are growing in, I can get them longer to where they blend in with the other ones that are already kind of long. So does that make sense? Makes sense in my head. And 90% saw a dramatic look with 1 coat. Yes, that I will agree with as well. Normally, like if I just am in a hurry, I can do 1 coat and it looks fine, but I like to do 2. This particular mascara does claim to be smudge proof, all day wear. It's supposed to nourish, thicken, and lock curl in place. And it's got unique peptides and the deepest intense black possible. This is ophthalmologist tested, and it is suitable for contact lens wearers. It's got this kind of hourglass shape to the brush. I like this packaging. This is it's very pretty. I can tell that they put a lot of thought into this, and it definitely suckered me in when I saw it there. As far as like the mascara in the container, this is the heaviest mascara that I've ever like held in my life. Like it is weighty, and I think a lot of people have probably said that. This is almost, it feels like metal. Like the same kind of metal that they made the Too Faced chocolate bar palette out of. So this is the brush. So you can tell this is not a very wet formula. It's, you know, it's not a shiny like formula at all. It is definitely a matte finish. And the one thing I will say is that the stopper in here, in order to really get the mascara to like coat all of these like individual bristles, they made the stopper probably a little bit larger so that more of the product remains on the bristles. That is going to contribute to this drying out even faster, which is a bummer. But again, since I'm only planning on using it for 2 months before I'm going to toss it, that's fine. I will say the sample that I had back in November and December that I finished up, when it got to the end of the line, so at about 2, I think I still kind of kept it around for like another half a month, like 2.5 months, it really did start to dry out, and that's when it started to flake. Until it got to the point where it was a more like aged mascara, it was fine. It never flaked. I mean, I could like, you know, like brush my lashes and like nothing would flake down. However, when it got to be older, I did notice like a little bit of flaking towards, you know, well, like as the day wore on essentially. So like if I was like brushing against my lashes, or if Stella was like playing with my eyes, like it would flake. But it wasn't until it got to the point where I should have replaced the mascara anyway. No smudging, no transfer. I don't typically have a ton of issues with that to start with because my lashes, I do have to say I'm lucky in some aspects because normally like they're not long enough to where like they would, you know, like transfer up here or like smudge in any kind of way like as I'm applying it. I can even use this on my lower lash line and it works beautifully. Like this is what I'm wearing on my lower lash line today. And the only thing that I have to do, just because these bristles are a little, how do you say, like bristly? I mean, they're a little squirrely. Mostly they're uniform, but there's a lot of them, and some of them do kind of go in some different directions. So I can get just like the slightest bit of like transfer as I'm applying it to my lower lash line. But this formula is great because all I have to do is just take a Q-tip and like run it like underneath the lashes and it cleans it right up. I don't even have to wait for the mascara to dry. This is very easy for me to take off in the evening with my Purity Facial Cleanser by Philosophy. That is all that I use to remove my eye makeup. It works beautifully. It's so much more gentle on my lashes than anything else that I've ever used. And yeah, it comes right off and like I'm done. You know, I wash the rest of my face with something else, but works beautifully. It doesn't have like an odd smell. It just smells like every other mascara. I really gotta say, if you don't normally purchase a high-end mascara and you're wanting to try one, this is definitely one that I would recommend. Do I think that you have to have it? Probably not. I mean, there are lots of like drugstore versions of a mascara that's kind of similar to this that work well. So the Maybelline Colossal Volume Express is a good one. This formula, I will say, is a little bit more wet when you first get it. And so I prefer this mascara after about a month when it starts to dry out a little bit. I haven't had this one for a month yet, and so it's still kind of wet. So I definitely have been preferring this over that. But yeah, there are good drugstore options. The Jordana Best Lash Extreme has been a holy grail for me for quite some time, and I do still love that mascara very much. It doesn't do exactly what this does, which is why I like this so much more. But, you know, since I'm on this beauty budget thing this year, I'll purchase this again in November when the VIB sale comes around. And maybe starting next year when I don't have the budget anymore, this is probably something that I would just continue to purchase on a full-time basis because I do just think that it's that worth it to me in terms of like the results and the ease and the wear of it and just like the look. I mean, I love the way that my lashes look right now. And like I said, I'm having a rough lash month. So great mascara. Like I said, it hasn't irritated my eyes in any kind of way. It's made in Italy. I don't know if that is of any importance to you, but great product. Dramatic, beautiful, lush lashes. If that's what you're after, this is definitely one to try. So hopefully you guys found that helpful. If you have any questions, definitely leave me a comment down below. I will put a link to the Sephora website where you can either order it or just read some other people's reviews about it. I find the reviews that people who shop at Sephora leave on different products very helpful. So, you know, obviously just don't take my word for it. But there does seem to be like a love for this particular mascara. Like it's good stuff. So there you have it. Again, leave me any questions down below and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.